Welcome to the budget presentation for the 2015 Western North Carolina Conference budget. Thank you for your dedication and time to the viewing of this presentation to better understand our budget and its changes for the coming year. This budget was approved by the Council on Finance and Administration on May 15th to be recommended to the annual conference for their approval on Friday, June 20th. The budget in written presentation and its accompanying report from the Council on Finance and Administration, or CF&A, is or will be available in the annual conference section of the conference website and in the supplement you will receive once you arrive at Lake Junaluska. CF&A, working with other committees and the ministry teams of the conference, has approved this budget to be recommended and is confident that we have a budget which is focused on accomplishing the mission of the conference while also acknowledging today's economic realities. Our total 2015 conference budget to be recommended to the annual conference is $16,456,731, an increase of $607,796 from 2014, or 4.23%. However, a significant part of this increase is the shifting of the special asking for the former district camps, totaling $369,462 into the conference budget, as was approved by annual conference in 2013. Without this shift, our conference budget has increased only $298,334, or 1.89%. As this recommended budget is submitted to you for approval, CF&A, in association with our committees and ministry teams, seeks to practice good stewardship in aligning our resources with the vision, mission, and ministry of our conference. This budget, with only a minimal increase for this year, has been able to provide for growth in the ministries of the conference with a 6.21% increase in the vision and goals section of the conference budget. This section, shown in detail in Schedule 3 of the budget worksheet, represents the best efforts of the ministry teams to achieve the goals set forth in our mission, to cultivate vital churches fully engaged in accomplishing the mission of God. With this quick introduction, let's now turn to the budget itself for a discussion of the more significant changes you will find recommended for 2015. The first change that must be noted is a change in the presented format. Within the columns of the budget worksheet for previous years, we had included a column entitled Increases, Decreases due to Transition. As the need for this column has passed, we have repurposed this column to show reclassifications within this year's budget. In the current year, we have utilized this reclassification column to include the shift of the special asking into the conference budget, along with three other reclassifications within the budgetary lines. These three are: 1. To reclassify the line item for funding allocated to Camp Toccoa into the conference camping ministries line, along with the allocations for the other 6 former district camps. 2. To reclassify the Congregational Transformation Ministry budget into the Church Revitalization budget, all within vision and goals. And 3, to reclassify expenses for the Church Vitality Strategists from district operations into various line items within total conference support with the restructuring of the program under Reverend Gary Shockley, our Church Vitality team leader. As you will note at the bottom of that column on page 1 of the budget worksheet, the net change is $369,462. The total of the special asking from 2014, which has shifted into the conference budget, as discussed earlier. The second net change you will note on page 1 of the budget worksheet is the addition of Fund 509, Intentional Interim Ministry. This particular ministry is designed to provide churches experiencing unique transitions a specially trained interim pastor for a period of 1 to 2 years. The fund being established has been requested by the bishop and cabinet in order to provide a consistent salary for intentional interim ministers as they move throughout the conference. It will function much like our equitable compensation fund. The amount of $75,000, as requested, is to provide initial funding for this ministry, beginning in July 2014. The funding is expected to continue for 3 years, with an additional $75,000 to be requested in 2016 and $50,000 in 2017. It is important to note that after the first 3 years of startup funding, this program is expected to be self-sustaining due to remittances from the churches affected. The third major change, Fund 505, Total Conference Support, shows a requested increase of $138,002, or 4.2% of its 2014 budget. Note that this increase is without the increase due to the addition of the reclassifications for the former district camps and others discussed earlier. As shown on Schedule 1 of the budget worksheet, beginning on page 2 of that document, the largest changes within this fund relate to 1. Amounts requested from the Board of Ordained Ministry. As additional expenses due to increased numbers of board members, candidates, and time needed for the interview and approval processes are anticipated, the board is requesting an additional $30,000 in funding for 2015. In addition, the board has recently added a new college internship program, begins a new updated residency program in the fall, and will be offering clergy financial health resources in 2015. 2. Amounts requested for salaries and benefits for conference staff, both clergy and laity. This increase totals $51,102. This amount includes proposed inflationary salary increases and one new entry-level technology position within the Systems and Communications team. 3. Additional amounts totaling $42,500 requested for legal expenses. Due to the litigious nature of our society and a review of the work performed by our conference chancellor compared to prior years, we have determined the need to provide for the expenses of the work of the conference chancellor, who has previously served with no reimbursement or compensation. Additionally, this line item also provides amounts for other attorney expenses, should we have the need to hire additional attorneys due to specific expertise for cases or items which have come before the conference. The fourth significant change, Fund 508, Vision and Goals, shows a requested increase of $159,340, or 6.21% of the 2014 Vision and Goals budget, as previously noted. As shown on Schedule 3, beginning on page 3 of the budget worksheet, the largest changes within this fund relate to the Mission Engagement Team. This fund has requested additional funding totaling $64,840. After its creation at the 2013 session of conference, this team had no funding. However, they have spent the last year discerning the needs of the conference in relation to missions and disaster response. In doing so, networks have been created to provide resources throughout the conference regarding those projects occurring within the conference. The funding requested will predominantly fund 2 areas: production of online training videos to aid in the accessibility for our volunteers, and for the funding of grants to be provided to local churches and missional networks to assist with appropriate community efforts. Secondly, within that budget, the Leadership Development Team has requested additional funding totaling $100,000. This funding will be used for clergy and ministry professional leadership development in order to enable these persons to increase their leadership capacity within our conference by the expansion of these programs. Additionally, a portion of this funding will be for the provision of grants to other persons or organizations which further the development and leadership training of the clergy within our conference. These items represent the predominant changes within our conference budget proposed for 2015. In summary, once again, our conference budget for 2015 is proposed for a total of $16,456,731, an increase of $667,796, or 4.23%. This increase is comprised of 2 components. 1, the shift of the special asking for the former district camps of $369,462 into the conference budget, and 2, actual increases in the budget for additional funding totaling $298,334, which is a 1.89% increase for additional funding. As you review the budget worksheet and the report from CF&A found online and have further questions, please do not hesitate to contact me through the conference website or via my email address, jburton@wnccumc.org. Frequently asked questions will be posted on the conference website for all persons to review prior to annual conference. Thank you for your time and attention through this viewing. See you in June at annual conference.